This morning, we are going to resume with if statement so that we'll be able to see how we can continue our calculation in BMI. And in this case now, what we are going to do basically is to be able to, at every stage, when a user imputes a particular, what is it called? A particular weight or height in a particular unit or SI unit, it will convert it to the desired one that we want. All right. So now let's create a new file and then call that new file if statement. File new if statement. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange this just by dragging the if to where we have modules. So that immediately after operators, you're seeing our if statement. And then just like that, that's the way we are going to proceed with it. Now let's do a little introduction about our if statement and just continue. So now, one thing with if statement is we have if, that is single, like more or less like a one condition. And then we have the one we call nested if, more than one condition. If is more or less like one condition. Nested if is more or less like more than one condition. So like we try using the checkers custard yesterday to cite an example. And then you said, if you don't see the banana flavor, you will not buy another flavor. That is if. Okay. What happens when you don't see the banana flavor? You are not buying another one. So it ends there. But for me, and I said, if there is no banana flavor, I would go ahead and buy the chocolate flavor or the mixed flavor, the one that has milk and sugar. So that is more than one condition for me. And yours is just one condition. So for you, we are just talking about if, and then for me, we are talking about nested if now. If I don't see this, what happens next? So you now be having if else, or elif, as the case may be. So for one condition, we use if. For more than one condition, we are now using elif. That is what happens. Okay. So now we said if is a conditional function that allows you to perform operation. Okay. If, okay, let me type the if in caps lock. If function that allows you to perform operations. Now, conditional function that allows you to perform operations. So now, what we are saying is that if statement, we have the one that is two conditions in Python. That is, if this doesn't happen, end the program for us. Three conditions. If this doesn't happen, try this and see. And if this doesn't happen, then end the program for us. Four conditions and more. If this doesn't happen, try this for us. And if this doesn't happen, try this one. Sorry. Try this second one. And if this second one doesn't happen, try another one, like that till you end the program. So if statement is more like, in engineering, we call it iteration. Iteration is a calculation that you would get the first result, you would go ahead to calculate again to get the second result, you go ahead again to calculate again to get the third, until iteration is at infinitum. All you are trying to do is just you are trying to compare the results that you are getting. Iteration at the same time is a calculation done where you are not getting any results. You just keep on calculating to arrive. All you want to achieve is you want to get a result, but you are not getting a result. So you keep going on and on and on and on in circles to get a result. And at the end of the day, you see that you just have to make a deduction somewhere along the calculation that, after maybe the fifth, the sixth, the seventh calculation, you've been able to deduce that so and so, and then you are ending the calculation here. This is a very common and very important calculation in engineering. But then another thing that we need to specify is that in our Python is that, we have been using the equal to sign, right? So a single in Python now, a single equal to sign, sorry, this is a plus sign. A single equal to sign is what? It's an assignment. And we'll be using it over time to assign our variable, just like in this place now, to do. All right. But now, in if statement, when you see an equal sign, and you're not going to be seeing one equal sign, let's do that. And then we are now saying that in the same Python, a double equal to sign is a comparison. So when you are now seeing equal to now, is no man assignment. You are now comparing two things. Okay? You are now comparing two things together. That is for equal. Just like when we have, let me give a typical example. When we have a double quote, we use this mostly to, identify the variables that we've declared, right? But when you now have, this is 3, and then you have another 3 like this, it becomes a comment. Meaning that anything you write in between this 6 is a comment. Our, will not declare it. Our variable will not declare it when we run. But at the same time, again, when you are writing, you have declared a variable, and then you want to write a multi-line comment inside the variable, you still use it again. So this is working for 2 or more things. The first one here, you are just using a double quote to assign to variables. Now, you are using it at the same time when you are not assigning it to variables as a comment. And again, when you have assigned a variable and then you are using this, it means it is a multi-comment inside a variable. So that is the same thing we are saying that equal sign does for us in Python. When you see one, it's an assignment. When you see 2 like this, it becomes a comparison. You are now comparing 2 or more things. So now, another thing is, when we have something like this, comparison. Yeah, it's correct. I don't know why it's like that. COMPARI. Okay, that's fine. Now, another thing is when we have one if, then we put our condition. Okay? When we have just one if, then we put our condition. That is one. But when we have more than one if now, we are going to be using elif and else. Now, for this condition, if, let's say, if score is equal to 50, this is assignment. We said one is an assignment. But in if statement now, we're no more using one. We're not comparing. We're not saying if score is equal to 50. That's, we are comparing score to be 50. We are not assigning score to be 50. If score is equal to 50, what happens next? What happens next? So now that is where the is more like the data. We explained that if score is equal to 60, what happens next? And then we are saying you are going to now impute a condition that allows you collect the data. All right. Now, we now said you cannot perform arithmetic operation with a string. You can only do type casting or type conversion. Are you seeing what if our if statement, or where our if statement is bringing us to? Remember when we did operators during our last class, we were working with both string and what? And integers, right? But in this case now, we have to convert the string to type conversion. And we are going to see that, basically. So we said that you cannot perform arithmetic operation with string. Okay? You can only do what? You can only do type conversion or type casting or casting, as the case may be. All right? Now, let's perform a task so that we'll see how this thing is going to work. We are going back to building our BMI, and after that, we'll build a loan app at the same time. So this app that we are building now is for the BMI that we started yesterday. But now we are going to collect several data. If you remember, when we did BMI last class, during our last class, we just collected a few information, which is the username, the weight, the height, and then we went ahead to what is it called? Format what we want it to return at every stage, what you expected to impute. Okay, so now since we are going to do the same thing, let me just let's just copy this, but we'll now format the rest of the information that we want. I just want to pick the first 3 lines, and then we go back to our if statement and proceed. So now we are saying, let's name this calculating BMI, body mass index, using nested if. excuse me, using nested if. Now, let's proceed. So, first, our BMI, what are the informations that we need? You know, body mass index, it has to do with your weight, that's from our formula, and your height, right? And what are the basic informations that we need to pick? We need to know, since it's an app that we're building, we need to know the user's name, at least the user's height, and then the user's weight, right? Now, let's paste the information we already have. The first thing we said is user. Input your name. That's, please enter your name or register your name here. Okay. But now, since we are building this app for more than just one user or more than just one gender, won't it be advisable that we also categorize their gender? So we go ahead to categorize gender. Okay. Now they are going to input their gender for us using the input function at every point in time. We are asking the question, are you a male? Okay, are you a male or female? Right? Now, when at the end of the day, you see that when the person doesn't put whether he or she is a male or a female, their gender specification will not allow them to proceed with the calculation. How do I mean? Now, we are asking a question. So, in our application that we are building, you have to specify that you're either a male or a female, or you're a non-binary, as the case may be. So it's only when you have input your gender that the app would allow you to perform your BMI calculation. And when you don't input your male, we are going to also write a code, which is now our elif or else, as the case may be, that will tell you that, okay, there was no gender specified. And then you will not have a result. So that is one beautiful thing about if statement and nested ifs. When we will still be doing our guessing game in while loop and in our for loop, you also see how we are going to use the if statement to do that. Now we've collected the username, we've collected the user gender. What do we want to collect again? We are collecting height. But now, we are collecting weight in this case now. But now, during our last class, we saw that some people would be not professional enough to specify the weight the way we want it. Somebody might be, instead of specifying what is it called, 50 kg, he or she might specify it as 500. Now that will not be like 500 meters, and then you have to start converting it back. And because there's nobody that's going to sit there to be doing all those conversions, that is now where our codes are going to help us do that as data scientists. Okay, so now for weight, we said it's going to be float, and they are going to impute their weight for us. But how about the unit? How about the unit? What do we do to the unit of the weight? So that at every point in time, even if you put a unit that is not specified at the moment, it will help us do the calculation. And if all the units that we have specified is not the unit that you used, it will tell you there was no unit specified. Now, let's see how we are going to do that. So we have our weight. The next thing we are going to have is our unit weight. Okay? Unit weight. We are trying to build a unit weight, and then we said the unit weight will now be equals to input. Still input. You are going to what is it called? Input the unit weight yourself. But what are you imputing now? You are saying what the unit of measuring your weight, is it in grams? Is it in kilograms? Now we're just specifying two unit weights here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and write that. Unit for measuring, or unit of measuring your weight. Okay. We have inside of it, as you are going to specify whether it is grams, that is G for grams, comma, kg for kilograms. Okay. Please let me know if you are following and if you understand what we are trying to do. Now, how about the height? We have collected weight. We said enter your weight here. You enter your weight. Okay, that's beautiful. You enter your weight. After entering your weight, what else? You tell us the unit that the weight you entered is in. Gram and then kilogram. So for someone who specified 50 kg, another person would want to specify gram, that's like 50,000 grams for a 50 kilogram, right? Now let's collect our height. We've collected our height, but we're also going to collect our unit height. Unit height is equal to how many units for height do we want to specify? Now let's see how many we can specify. We said indicate unit for measuring your height, or indicate unit of your height, so that our code will not be long. Okay, feet, centimeters, meters, that's beautiful. So indicate unit of your height. Let's go. Now, in brackets, right, we are saying that we are using M for meters, comma. Let's do a line break here so that will not be. Let's go to the next page. M for meters, cm right? Cm for centimeters, comma. Which one again? We have feet. We also have inches. So in for inches, comma. Okay, let's add the feet. And ft for feet. Okay. So at every stage, the person either imputes their weights, that's the unit for their weight, as meters or centimeters or inches or feet. Now, what else are we going to do? We have indicated our username, gender, the weight, the unit weight, the height, the unit height. Now let's start writing our code. And we are saying, you see how we can do what we are going to do. We are going to be writing more or less like a very long code now. Remember, we have not brought in our BMI formula. We are still writing the codes on how all these things that we have specified here, how it can work together. Everything here, how they can work together. Let's proceed. Now, another thing we are going to do is, some people, they might want to impute everything, both their name, their what is it called, their gender, their weight, their height, everything. They might want to impute it in uppercase, but we are going to format it in such a way that if they put it in uppercase, it will return it in lowercase for us, so that our machine can be able to go ahead and process the information without having backlogs. It's just like when you are doing some applications and you see that they have specified for you, when you type uppercase, it would be giving errors. You must type lowercase. But our own is, we are going to build it in such a way that whether you are typing uppercase or you are typing lowercase, it will take it in and convert everything to lowercase for us. Or whether you are capitalizing each word, or whether you are doing dot title, that's everything in uppercase. It will just, each and every one of them, it will convert them to lowercase. I hope you still remember when we treated that. Now we're saying if, now what are we bringing in? We are bringing in unit height first. If unit height, but we're using the method dot lower. Okay, so that no matter what the person imputes, is going to return it as a lowercase. Equal to comparison now. No more assignment. Comparison now. The first one we said is for our unit height is what? Is in meters, right? But now, look at what we are going to do. Let's go ahead with, if unit height is equal to cm, and the if, I didn't mention this, the if and goes together, because during comparison, if this is not this, do this for us. But now we are having two scenarios. We are comparing both weight and height at the same time. So that is why we are now saying if unit weight is equal to cm, and what? And unit weight is, you now choose the SI unit for your unit weight. Then so and so thing should happen. That is where we are going to be doing the conversions. We are going to be going online to do the conversions, or with the knowledge we already have to do the conversions. And now, unit weight, okay, dot lower equal to G for gram. What does this mean? It means that we are going to do the conversion for cm and gram now. Now, what happens when unit weight dot lower is equal to cm, and unit height dot lower is equal to cm, and unit weight dot lower is equal to gram? And that thing is, you see, immediately I click on the enter button, you can see where this started. It didn't start from the edge. All this conventional way of writing is important. When you start from the edge, it annuls the if statement here. So the if statement continues from here now. Now, we are saying height. Your height should be equal to height, right? But multiplied by what? Let's use our knowledge of what is it called? Gram and centimeter. Let's go online and check those things. So now for our height, we have noticed that our height in cm will be what? 100 centimeters makes 1 meter. So for every conversion that we do now, every 100 cm should give us 0.01 meter, right? Now the same thing we are going to do for weight. Weight will be equal to weight. 1 kilogram, we have 1,000 grams. For every 1 kilogram, we have 1,000 grams. So that means our weight will now be multiplied by 0.001 kg. Okay? So if a user imputes their weight in gram, 50 kg will now be 5,000, that's 50,000 grams multiplied by 0.001 to give you 50 kg. And if a user imputes their weight, their height in cm, it will now be 0.001 multiply, let's assume they impute 180 centimeters, it will now be 0.001 multiply 180 centimeters, and that would give you 1.80 meters. I hope you understand what we are trying to achieve. Now, what else? Elif. We have done the one for what? Centimeters and gram. Let's do the one for centimeter and kilogram. Okay. Elif, unit height dot lower, unit height dot lower, right, is equal to, we are trying to format cm and kilogram now, and unit weight dot lower equal to kilogram. Now what should happen when the person imputes the weight in kilogram? There should not be any conversion, right? We are not converting. Kilogram should just be kilogram. We are not converting anything for kilogram. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes, that one height will not be equals to height.
Height will not be equals to height.
No, height will still be equal to height times
multiplied by
0.01.
Exactly.
Why weight will not equals to weight?
Weight. So now we have height equal to height, right, multiplied by 0.01, and then weight will just be equals to weight. So now, because weight is equals to weight, we don't need to specify that weight is equals to weight, since we're not doing any conversion for weight. Now let's proceed. Elif, again, we are saying unit height dot lower. Now we are doing meter with what? Kilogram. Okay, meter with kilogram. Now Elif, unit height dot lower equal to, here is meter, and unit weight dot lower, sorry, dot lower equal to kg. Now, there should be no conversion because meter and kilogram would be a direct, what is it called for us? I don't know if you understand. Meter, this first one now, we converted to the cm to meter, and we've converted the weight to kilogram. This second one, we converted, what is it called? cm to meter. And then we said weight will be equals to weight, meaning our kilogram is set in there. Let's put weight here. Weight. Okay. Now, the same thing here, and it is in kilogram, and our height will be equal to our height. Height is and weight is equal to weight. Now, the next thing again we are trying to do is from meter to gram. We have done centimeter, gram, meter to kilogram. Now, we want to do, okay, now unit height dot lower equal to unit weight dot lower equal to, this is gram, okay, equal to gram. We are saying in this case now, height will be equal to height, but weight would be what? We are converting from gram to kg. So this one now, our height, anyone that our height is equals to height, normally we're not supposed to write it, but let's go ahead and just impute it there so you would understand what we are doing. Weight now will be equals to weight multiply what? 0.001. Okay. Now, let's proceed. The next one that we want to do is from inches to gram. Just watch closely and see how we are converting each and every one of them and how we are pairing each and every one of them together. From inches to what? Gram. Elif unit height dot lower equal to inches and unit weight dot lower equal to gram. Now, height will be equal to height. Now we have to go back and see the conversion. How many inches makes 1 meter? Now let's go online and check that and see what our results would be. Inches makes 1 meter, right? Now let's wait for it. Meter, 1 meter to inches, that is 39 point, no, this is not, we're talking from inches to meter, not the other way around. Let's use this and see. Inches, yeah, this is what I want. We are converting from inches to meter. So 1 inches makes 0.0254 meters. Do you understand that? Or are you understanding what we're trying to achieve? So now let's go back. We are saying height now will be equal to height multiplied by 0.0254. Our weight will be equal to multiplied by 0.001. Okay, 0.001. Now, the next thing that we want to do again is we have done inches to gram. We have done meter to gram. Now, let's start from here. Let's start from the beginning. We have done centimeter to gram. We've done centimeter to kilogram, meter to kilogram, right? Now, the next kilogram, lower, okay? Unit height dot lower. We are converting inches to kilogram, right? Inches, and unit weight dot lower, kilogram, kg. What should happen? So our height will equals to height multiplied by 0.0254. Height will equals to height multiplied by 0, and then our weight will be equals to weight because our weight is already in kilogram. So weight will be equal to weight. Okay, now let's proceed. Elif, the next one is feet. We want to now do feet conversion. The first two is centimeter conversion. The second two is meter conversion. The third two is inches conversion. Now, we want to do for feet conversion because those are the things that we specified here. Kilogram, that is gram and kilogram for our weight. That is what we are comparing for each of them. We are comparing them with gram and kilogram for our weight. While our height, we have 4 units for height. We have meter, centimeter, inches, and feet. So that is why we're having 4 conversions for height. Now, the next one is unit height dot lower equal to feet, right? And unit weight dot lower equal to gram. Now we are going to get the feet conversion from what is it called? Feet to meters, right? Now we said our height will be equal to height multiplied by, let's go back and then get, so we are converting from what? From inches. So let's click here and see if we have, no, sorry, we are converting from feet. So it is foot now to meter, which is 0.3048. I hope you understand what we are doing. We'll just convert them 0.3048. So let's go back and then multiply that out. So we have multiplied by 0.3048. Okay, and then our weight, we already know that converting from gram to kg would be multiplied by 0.001 equals to weight multiplied by 0.001. Now, elif again for the last conversion. Elif unit height dot lower equal to feet, right? And unit weight dot lower equal to kilogram. So height now will be equal to height multiplied by 0.3048 because our weight is already in kilogram. Now, what happens when our user does not specify any of these SI units? The person did not specify centimeter and gram, nor centimeter and kilogram, nor meter and kilogram, nor meter and gram, nor inches and gram, nor inches and kilogram, nor feet and gram, nor feet and kilogram. What happens? That is now when we say else, which is now ending our code else. Print, you can see how we are ending it. Print no unit specified. Print no unit specified. Okay, now we are not done. All we've done here is for our conversion. We said we want to build an app that would help us calculate the BMI of our client. And now we were able to deduce the fact that we have so many SI units for weight and then for what is it called? For height. For weight, we are just using 2 SI units. We can use pounds. But since we are in Nigeria, we are considering basically, or since we are Nigerians, or since we are not limiting the app to Nigerians anyways, but then we are just using a case scenario for Nigeria. So we are limiting the weight to either gram or kilogram. But for our height, we have measured it both in feet, in inches, in centimeters, and in meters. So that is what all this code here is for, which is basically our what? Our conversion. And after the code, we said else print that this thing was not specified. But we still have to build our what? BMI. Now, the BMI formula, which we are going to bring back now, BMI is equal to what? Weight divided by height squared, right? But now, let's go ahead to round it, because we definitely would have weights in float and all. So we want at every stage, let whatever value the user is imputing, let's just round it to 2 decimal places for us. So when I say round, now our BMI formula is weight, right, divided by height. Now we can put this in bracket, height, okay, exponentiation 2, or we could also use height times height. Now we are sending round to 2 decimal places. That is what this formula we have here means. If we just want to write the BMI formula directly, it will be weight divided by height raised to power 2. But now we are inputting the round function because at the end of the day, we want whatever value that our users are inputting, let it round it to just 2 decimal places for us. Now, I want to ask if you understand. Now, let's print an empty space. Let's print an empty space, just in case we have someone who didn't specify their unit. So now, we are now going to print, we have built an app. So after you have tested your, what is it called? Let's say our prototype now, we want at the end of the day, it will not just bring out the results. We want to have a message that it will tell our user. So we're now saying print for us that we are formatting now, user. Now, what do? We are using the knowledge of our what? Concatenation to bring in user, because we have said that the users should impute their names. So we are saying dear user, right, comma, and then let's have a line break so that it will be in the next line. Line break here, enter your weight, or okay, we ask them to impute their height also. So your height is, now what are we bringing in? We are bringing the height we have asked them to impute. Height, right, is this. And then what is our height? What is it called? The SI unit for height we are using meters. Meters, right? Your height is so and so meters, comma. Let's give another line break. Line break. Your width by bringing in width that we've asked them to impute. And what is our what is it called? The SI unit we are using for weight is kilograms. So we can even specify here as kg and also specify here as, we said, dear user, your weight is so and so meters. Your height is, sorry, your height is so and so meters. Your weight is so and so kilograms. Now, and line break now. Your BMI is, now, what are we bringing in? We are bringing in the BMI that we have specified, right? Your BMI. And what is the SI unit for our BMI? It is in kilogram per squared meters, or kilogram per meter squared. Okay, so this now is kilogram per squared meters. So we can also put in SQ squared. Okay, all right, now back. But there was another thing that we specified. We specified gender here, right? We specified gender. But let us first of all run this first one that we've built and see what it would give us, or what our results to be. And at the end of the day now, we are going to write another statement entirely for gender. Now, this is really very interesting. We've written statements for weight and height alone. We have written our if statement for weight and height alone. But we also specified gender. The gender, are you a male or a female? Remember that we are still going to, what is it called? Build a statement for gender. So let's just comment on gender for now. And then we'll come back to build the statement for gender and see how everything is going to work together. Now let's run this file. Run. And then we are running on if statement. Just allow it. Now, the first thing we are seeing is register your name here. So just watch out how this is going to play out. My name is Abai Sonny. Enter button. Your weight here. So now I am going to use weight in grams. That should be 50,000, right? Enter. Now, units of measuring your weight: G for grams, K for kilograms. So I am putting G. Enter again. Your height here. Now I am imputing 176. And then to ask me, they indicate units of your height. So I am using what? Centimeters. So cm for centimeters. Enter again. Look at what it did. It said, dear Abai Sonny, your height is 1.76 meters. Your weight is 50 kilograms. and your body mass index is 16.14 kilogram per meter squared. Oh, is that not lovely? Is that not lovely? Now, we have been able to see, a weight in gram and a height in centimeter, the result it gave. Let's see a different weight in grams and height in feet and see the results that we are going to have. Now, let's run again and do that. So here we have the name as Felicity Chidinma, and then the weight is 55, that is 5,000 grams, and then we are using gram, and then the height is 5.60 feet, and then we said we are using feet, and this is our result. Dear Felicity Chidinma, your height is 1.7066 meters, converting it from feet to meters. Your weight is 55 kilograms and your BMI is 18.88 squared meters, kilogram per squared meters, right? Now, we are now saying, remember, we talked about gender here, which we formatted out. And with this, what we want to do with this gender now is, we want at every stage of the gender, if you are a male, it will tell you something like, okay, bro, thank you for using our app. This is your weight and all that. Or if you are a female, it will tell you, okay, sis, thank you for using our app. And then, depending on the information that you feel or you've given, it will tell you whether you need to see a doctor or not. So that is what we are trying to do next. And the same way we've written a statement or a code rather for our what is it called, height and weight conversion, is the same way that we're going to write a code for our gender conversions. Okay, now let's go ahead and do that. Let's dive into it. Let's print an empty space first here. Empty space. Now we are saying for gender now, that is where we're starting from. If, remember, we specified gender up there. If gender, so no matter how they put it, dot lower, whether they put it in uppercase or lowercase, it will return everything lowercase for us. If gender dot lower is equal to male, we are working for male now, male. Okay, what should it do? Now we should say, let's go online and check what is it called, BMIs for underweight, BMI for normal weight, and BMI for overweight. Let's quickly do that. So let's quickly do that. BMI. Let's see the range. Mine is underweight. Just allow it, network. Okay, on now. So we have underweight as 18.5. Normal overweight is 25.0 to 29.9. And then obese is what? From 30 and above. Now we are going to use all these things inside our gender. Let's go back. We have 18.5. Then the next thing we have is 18.5 to 24.9. The next one is from 25.0 to 29.9. And then obese is 30 and higher. Okay, that's fine. Now we are saying for gender, for male now, we are going to write everything for what is it called, for males. And we said if BMI now, if BMI, right, is less than 18.50, what should it do? What should it do? Print for us that based on the variables, based on the information provided, okay, comma, you are underweight, full stop, please see a doctor. Now these are for males, right? Please see a doctor, bro. So we are doing this for males, or sir. Okay, so let's use sir. Please see a doctor. Now we have done the first one. Elif. After that, what else are we doing? We have said if this happens, do this. Now LE, that's else if, which we know as Elif, for any BMI less or equal to, that's 18, less than or equal to 18.5, and BMI is less than or equal to 24.9. That's what we are trying to achieve. So it will start from 18.50, 5 equal to BMI now less than again or equal to 20. What should it do? Let it print. Now based on the information provided, comma, you are healthy, full stop. Okay, consistent, or we can start with consistent with a healthy lifestyle, sir. Right? Full stop. Now let's go again. Elif, for BMIs between, remember we have 25.0 and 29 for those who are overweight. Okay, so 25.00 less than or equal to BMI now less than or equal to 29.90, right? What should it print for us? We're saying print this is BMI less than or equal to this Elif 25.00 less than or equal to BMI less than or equal to 29.00. Now print what? The same thing based on the information provided, you are overweight. Okay, overweight, full stop. Please, we can advise them to please live a healthy lifestyle by going to the gym. Please live a healthy lifestyle, by going to the gym and watching your meals. Okay, full stop. Now this is, let's cut this from here, so that let's just cut it from here. Now, full stop. What else? We have those who are what is it called? Those who are obese. Elif again. Now, BMI greater than BMI greater than, sorry, this is greater than 29. No, that's 30, right? Let's check again. BMI obese is 30 or higher. Okay, so greater than or equal to 30. So that is our, for those who are obese, right? Now, let's go back. So, BMI greater than or equal to 30.00. What happens? The person is obese. Print for us. Based on the information provided, comma, you are obese. Full stop. Obese. Okay, one S. Full stop. Please see a doctor. Sir. Now, we've been able to, for each of them, this is for all the males. Anybody who is a male, this is sir here. Anybody who is a male and has a BMI within this range. Now, we have told our program what to do so that it will be visible in our application. Now, the same thing for female. We are going to do the same thing for female. So we'll just copy this thing for female. But how do we do that? You can see how this if statement and the ellipse here came to be, right? If we started with if, then started with another if, elif. Now, the next one will now be elif, but it will not be here again. The elif will be in the same line with the first if. Elif, now, okay, gender dot lower. We said we are going for female now. Equal to what? Female. All right. What happens when it is a female? Everything here, everything that we specified here, we'll do the same thing for female. So we can just go ahead and copy everything here for female. Let's copy and then click on enter and paste. Okay. So elif, gender equal to female for anyone whose gender is this. So we are going to say, based on the information provided, you are underweight, madam. You are underweight, madam, or ma, as the case may be. So we can just use ma for both for both younger females and males. And then the same thing here again for those whose for females whose BMI is within this range, they are living a healthy lifestyle. So a healthy lifestyle, ma. Okay, please let me use the chat box and let me know if you can still hear me. For what is it called? For those whose BMI falls within this range, we said that they overweight and they should they should live a healthy lifestyle by at least going to the gym or watching their meals. Okay? All right. Now, we still said for those whose BMI is either equal to 30 or greater than 30, that based on the information they are provided, they are obese and they should see the doctor. Please see a doctor, ma. All right. Now we are going to end our code again. Now look at where we end. You see the first if have all this if and elif inside it. The second was now an elif. So assuming we have those whose gender is binary, or those who identify as LGBTQ, we are going to write another elif statement that will follow this pattern now with all these ifs to get their own what
I don't think there will be need to change binary and what's it called? Binary and LGBT. Why?
yeah
Because
yes yes
when grading underweight for men and women, they are not the same.
So we've been able to see this, and we said in a case where we have people that does not have that they didn't specify their gender, what is their own going to return? So in this case, we are now saying we are now ending our code as else. Okay, else what happens? Print no gender specified, and we're going to try that, and we'll just run one and specify male, specify female, and then at the end we'll just use binary and see what our result would be. We are saying here print what? No gender specified. Okay, no gender specified, full stop. All right, now let's go ahead and run our code and see what our results would be. All right, now we are going to, the first one we're going to use is what? Now let's use for a male. Abaisoni as the name. Male. Your weight here, we're just using a generic one. 70, right? Or okay, let's go ahead with, we're using 70,000 grams. Now we said we use grams here, and then enter your height here. We are now using 176. Okay. Now we are using cm. Now this is what it gave us. We said the first one we did was for a male, right? Dear Abaisoni, your height is 176 is 22.6. You are healthy. Please, this is for a healthy male. Let's do for a non-healthy. Okay, let's do for female. Maybe we just reduce what is it called? Our weight and then our height. Okay, and see, or let's use the weight and height we've used before. Let's run again. Okay. Now we said female, your weight 55,000 grams, right? Now we used grams here, and then your height here 5.60, and then we said we used the feet. Now it's saying, dear Felicity Chidima, your height is this, your weight is this, your BMI is this, you are healthy, please. So just a little above 18.65, and then it's saying you are healthy. How about reduce? Let's go again and reduce both the weight and the height for male and female, and then see what we want it to return. You are not living a healthy lifestyle or you're obese. So we are going to explore all the four. We put 4 options. We have explored healthy lifestyle. So let's explore underweight now. Okay, so let's run again and explore underweight. Felicity. Okay, now female. We are trying to see if we can explore underweight. So instead of using 55 kilogram, let's use something like 4,500 grams. That's 45,000 grams. So we said gram, and then we maintain our 5.60. Now we are using feet. Let's see. Dear Felicity Chidima, your height is this, your weight is this, your BMI is this. Based on the information provided, you are underweight. Please see a doctor, man. Now, let's see for a guy who is overweight. Okay? For a guy who is overweight, we run again. We are saying Abai Sonny, right? Male, your weight here. So let's use a little above 70 now. Let's use 90 or okay, let's use 90. And then we said kg, we used kilogram now. And then let's use, instead of 176, let's use like 190. And see, this is cm, right? Your BMI is, dear Abason, in this. Your BMI is 24.9 this. It didn't return. This is male, kg, 24.93. You should have returned for us whether he or she. Let's go back and check our code and see why it didn't return this. Okay, now let's go back to our code. We said 20 less than or equal to, oh, okay, yes, so the BMI is just little above 9.0. Okay, we said here, for those who are overweight, we said, have you seen, we have been able to point out an error. We said that anybody whose BMI is less than or equal to 29, that their BMI is what? They should print the information that they are overweight. So we are going to rewrite this in such a way that once it is equal to 29 point this or above it, so this should be what? Greater than or equal to 29.90. So anything less than with equal to 25, or less than or equal to 25, and then greater than or equal to this should return this for us. Should return overweight for us. So let's go back and run it again. Now we want someone who is overweight. Okay, Agbai. We want a male. We have seen a female who is underweight. We have seen both male and female who are normal weight. We have seen a female who is underweight. We want to see a male who is overweight now. Agbai Sonny, right? Now, male, I am a male. Enter your weight here. We said we use 90 kilogram. So we're using kg here. And then we're using 190 here, right? And then we said we used centimeter now. 24.93. 24.9. Your BMI is 24.93. So it's even still falling under. Let's go back again. Whose BMI is this? Less than or equal to. Oh, okay. So now we can see that is 24.93. We said within this range to this range. Stop at here. But we have 24.93 now. So this person is still to be considered as a healthy lifestyle, because this is 24.93. This is underweight. So between 24.93 and 18 points should still be underweight. Now we need from 25 and above to have an overweight. I don't know if you're understanding me.
So I think what I'm supposed to do here now is that.
So we've been able to reformat our variables, that someone who is between 18 to this have this. So let's also do that for our female, so that any female who is 24.99 is still an underweight, and then 29.99 is an overweight. So now let's go back and see for a male who is what? Overweight, and then what our results will tell them. Okay, so we have here as Agbai Sonny, and then he's a male, right? And then we said the weight is 90 now in kg, and then height is now 175. Okay, enter in cm. So we now have our results here as dear Agbai Sonny. Your height is this, your weight is this, then your BMI is 29.39. Based on the information provided, you are overweight. Please live a healthy lifestyle. This should have been by going to the gym and watching your meals, sir. Is that now understood? Now let's see for someone who is overweight. Sorry, who is obese. It could be a male or a female. Let's change this is by going to the gym, and where else again? By going to the gym. Okay, now let's go ahead, run again, and see for a female who is overweight. Now let's keep using the same variable names that we're using. Okay, so now we are saying female. What else do we want now? So we can just increase the weight and then increase the height, so that to just go straight and give us an obese person. So we can say maybe someone who is around 150 or 140 kilogram. Let's try and see. We're using kg here. Let's proceed. Let's use, maybe we can just use maybe 190 or 175. or even one. Okay, let's use 175 cm and see. Okay, beautiful. So you can see what we've done here. We used a weight that is around 140 kilogram, and then a height. We just maintain a 175 centimeter height, and then it's now told us that based on the height is 175, 1.75 meters, the weight is 140 kilogram, and then your BMI is 45, which is even very high from. So we could have even used a lesser height and then maybe just maintained our weight to be around 90 and then maybe our height to be around 100, and we still have an obese person. Based on the information provided, you are obese. Please see a doctor, ma. Now, what happens when we are being asked for help? Okay, so allow it to, it's still processing, allow it to process. Now let's say, let's input a name here, a generic name here. Enter is a male. Oh, no, we said we want to impute something like LGB. Okay, let's put binary. Let's not go far. Binary, right? Now we are going to impute correct weight 90 in kg. Impute height, just use 175 in cm. It still printed the BMI, but now, yes, it's supposed to print the BMI, but it will not tell you the gender specified. Yes, it's correct. It will print, remember, it's doing two things at the same time. It will print the BMI for you, and then at the same time, it's advising you on what to do based on either you're a male or a female. But in this case now, this person is saying he or she is a binary. So it cannot give you an advice. It cannot give this person an advice on what to do. Now imagine a situation where we've built this thing. It's just like in hospitals, where when you get to the hospital in the morning, the first thing that they will do is to check your vitals, right? Now, imagine a situation where these are the processes for checking your vitals. They will check your blood pressure, they will check your what is it called, BMI, and then automatically you don't need to what is it called, you don't need to go and go somewhere else where after checking your vitals you now have to like queue up to see a doctor. We already have doctors who are waiting. All that needs to be done is once the nurses are done seeing you and then they specify your information and your vitals, automatically it will send the information to the doctor and say that this is a male and this is a female at different doctors at different times. Now, let's assume we also did this thing to build an application that once you are done taking these vitals and checking the what is it called, the BMI, it's supposed to move you next to the doctor that will see you. But unfortunately now, this person didn't specify a gender, and because of that, he or she cannot be able to move to a doctor. So that is just what this thing have been able to do for us. Is that understood what we have done so far?